Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. We have about 30 individual cyclists that are interested in participating in the street team. I know we have a few returning riders from last year that were on the team. We had a good kickoff last year and then COVID happened. So thank you again for your interest. If you decide that you do not have enough time to participate in this, please just let us know. We will not be offended. We understand completely. We'll go to the next slide. So bike is 108 days away. That's insane to think about, especially when they're talking about 5 feet of snow this weekend. So we're almost in the double digits, which is really crazy. But if you can go to the next slide, Erin, we'll go through the agenda real quickly. We're going to do staff welcomes, and then we'll have everyone introduce themselves. And then we'll go through the Bike MS Colorado goals for this year. And then we will also do the 3 areas that we're focusing on this year. And then
I'm in the middle of a Zoom meeting.
And then questions. And then we will do the schedule for the meeting for the rest of the year.
Yes, you got it on your phone, don't you?
Okay. All right.
I was muting him.
Sorry. So introductions really quickly. I don't think Robin has joined us yet, but if you could go to the next slide. So this is the bike staff that you all are probably pretty accustomed to at this point. Robin Moore is our market president. She hails from California. She's a big Dodgers fan, so you can congratulate her on their World Series win last year. Erica Barnum is on maternity leave currently. She had a little girl about 5 weeks ago, so named Juniper. So feel free to reach out to her and congratulate her as well. My name is Brittany Burcham. I'm a bike manager. This will be my 4th ride. I am not a cyclist. So when people ask me for cycling tips, I have to point them towards Jana. And then I'll turn it over to Jana.
Hey everyone, I'm Jana. I've worked with the Society for a little bit over a year, and I've been riding Bike MS for the past 10 years. So I am familiar with the event and the course and all that fun stuff. So feel free to reach out to me with any questions. And to Erin.
Hi everyone, I'm Erin Romy. I'm a development specialist for Walk and Bike MS. I've been with the Society about 1.5 years, and I have never seen a bike event in person. So I'm pretty stoked for this year to actually see people in person for the event. I also am not a bike rider. I have a single speed bike that I ride to breweries. So we'll give all the questions to Jana when it comes to bikes.
And Erin actually helps with Walk as well. And the 3 of us will also be taking the lead on the Wyoming ride this year. So if anyone has any questions, please let us know.
What? Yeah, he's lost. I don't think he has a GPS. I don't know.
Okay, so for Bike MS Colorado this year, we're going to go through just a few updates so everyone's current with the information, and then we'll do our goals. So everyone should be aware that it'll be a 1-day ride. It's going to be on Saturday, June 26th. It will be waived starts. Hi. It'll be waived starts, and depending on where we are, according to Governor Polis and the COVID color grid that he has set up for us, will depend on how many people are allowed to start. Currently, we are estimating 175 people will start in each wave, and we will have this all finalized, all the details 35 days prior to the ride. So everything will be finalized a month prior. We anticipate that that number will be a little bit larger with the vaccine rollout going on currently. Everyone will be, all volunteers and staff will be wearing PPE, and all riders will be asked to wear masks. And we are asking everyone to wear their mask unless you are actively riding your bike. We will have single serve and single use items with the exception of the porta potties. So,
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
How many riders do we have?
we're
this
going to
year?
get to that on the next slide. We'll
Okay.
get to that in just a minute.
Okay, I need to unmute. I've got to call somebody real quick, but I'll be listening.
Okay. So we will have single-use items and everything will be grab and go. So the rest stops will still be 8 to 12 miles separated, but the volunteers that will be manning those will just be replenishing the items, and it'll be serve yourself and like replenish your own water bottles. It will be singular water bottles, so nothing is like shared equipment, for lack of a better word, besides the porta potties. So we will not have lunch en route. Lunch will be at the finish line. This is big change from past years, but it will be a grab and go lunch. Another thing is we will not have a team village this year just because we are not allowed to have large gatherings, again, per the governor and CDC recommendations. So we will be encouraging everyone to collect their post-ride meal and your packet, which will have the jersey if you've hit your fundraising minimum, and your I see there's a question. Hold on real quick. And also your t-shirt, and then people will then leave the Front Range Community College. And it will be a route that is starting and finishing at Front Range. It'll be 2 routes that are loops that are 34 and 74 miles. Yes, Bill, do you have a question?
Yeah, ice. What will you do about ice? Because normally it's served from crushed ice. So how do you want to handle that?
That's a great question. So I will have to ask our event production people. We have a meeting tomorrow morning, so I'll add that to our notes. It's Alexis.
Yeah, that's something very important for me.
Yeah, and it's Alexis, and she's like the complete professional, so I'm sure she already has a whole plan for it, but I'll follow up and let you know. All right, so we can go to the next slide. I hope everyone can read this. It looks a little small on my screen. So the campaign goals are, sorry?
1,800 riders is all we have?
Yes.
Registration, it shrinks every year.
Well, so our fundraising goal is 1,700,000. We are currently at 230,000. Our sponsorship goal is 25,000, and we have currently obtained 15,000, and we have a few pending sponsorship contracts out. Our registration goal is 1,800. This is not because we would not like more riders. It's because, again, it's a one-day ride, and we will have wave starts, and we can't be starting people later in the day. Everyone needs to be off the course by 5 p.m. So we can't be starting people after a certain time of the day. And also for everyone that's riding with MS, as we all know, with the heat, taking that into consideration. So we do need to limit the riders. So currently we are at 817 riders. It's about 45% of our goal. We are anticipating that not all 1,800 people will show up to actually ride on ride day, but that is our ambitious goal, to get everyone registered. That is about 174 teams, and that would be in our personal goal 155 returning teams and 19 new teams. And currently we're at 121 teams, with 106 are returning and 15 are new. So, I mean, we're doing really good with new teams, which is pretty impressive considering everything that's been going on in the past year.
Okay, excuse me, I have to run out for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Okay, thanks. So a lot of you are in one of these clubs, but this is where we are for this year so far. So for top 150, we have 129 people registered. So that's 86% of our goal. And so far they've raised $108,000. Our high roller, we have 2 out of the 5 registered, and they've only raised $100. So it's a little sad. And then our club K's is we have 117 people out of the 226 registered, which is 52% of the goal, and they've raised $28,000. So I think we're doing fantastic. We're pretty on pace with what we anticipated. We're really focusing in the next few weeks on getting those Club K folks registered, bringing that up to about the 80% tile, and that's pretty much our staff's focus at the current moment, and then raising the team registration as well. So
something just came up. I'm going to have to leave the meeting.
Okay.
But, I'll get in touch with you tomorrow, and okay. I'll try and get caught up. I apologize.
No problem. We're recording it, so I'll email it too. And with that, I will hand it over to Jana.
All right, got to get off mute there. Okay, so as we mentioned previously, one of our goals here is to increase participation and awareness of Bike MS Colorado and the National MS Society. So in order to do this, we began to brainstorm some engagement and development ideas for our street team for this year. So if you want to go to the next slide. Oh, thanks. So ways to do that: recruit. We can talk it up, word of mouth, talk up the event, post on social media, chat with your friends, see if any of your cyclist friends want to ride, if they've heard of the ride. Do you have any corporate connections? Maybe you could reach out to see if there's a potential sponsorship opportunity. Maybe you have a friend or a family member that works for a corporation that would be happy to be a sponsor. As Brittany mentioned, one of our goals is to bring back some teams that may have dropped off from 2020. It's been kind of a weird year, so we want to get the word out that we are having an in-person event. This is very important because a lot of people still assume, at least in my experience, that when I tell them we're having an event, they're surprised. So we really want to get the word out that this is happening. We do have lists of LAPS teams and sponsors, so we can provide that to our street team so you guys can reach out and reference and see if there's anyone that you know of, or if you have any potential ideas for sponsors. It'd be great. Our welcome calls. So we're thinking that a nice touch is to welcome our new teams. Teams brand new to Bike MS. They don't really know what our event is about and how special it is just yet. So we want to show some appreciation and show how great it is, and also to call our I Ride with MS rookies. You know, they're the reason we're here, and we thought it would be really nice to show appreciation by reaching out to them as well. So marketing materials, we will have some printed materials. So if you want to think about maybe where you could post a flyer, maybe you have a friend that owns a local business and they could maybe post one on their window or at their checkout counter or in their real estate office or whatever it may be. Bike ambassadors and bike shop partners. If you have a local bike shop that you frequent or you know that you go to a lot, they know you, maybe they'd be willing to partner with us. We do some events, we'll do training rides out of the bike shops. Maybe they'll do pre-ride bike checks where you can get a couple of your teammates, head over to the bike shop. They'll do a check for you to make sure you're safe and that your bike is ready to go for Bike MS. Find and work tabling events. This probably isn't very common right now due to COVID, but if there's maybe there's a local cycling club that you ride with, perhaps you could jump in, advertise Bike MS, you know, just encourage people. Maybe you want to sign up, rock your Bike MS gear and chat them up. Another great way is participate in Bike to Work Day. As far as I know, those are still happening. They're not until June. It's the week of our bike ride. It's actually the Wednesday right before Bike MS. So that's another great opportunity. Chamber events, if they may still be virtual, or if it's safe to do so, attend one in person. Chat up local businesses, and again, with the printed materials, perhaps you can hang a flyer in their window. And let's see, sponsorships, as we discussed, we would love any kind of help with sponsorship, in-kind donations, monetary donations. As Brittany mentioned, we're doing prepackaged single-serve items, so we'll definitely need in-kind donations for snacks and drinks and things like that for the ride. And then the last thing we have as staff, we usually send thank you notes to our top fundraising clubs, and just to show our appreciation for their hard work and dedication, all the fundraising you've done, and hopefully our street team would be happy to help out with that as well. And the next slide shows, as I mentioned, some of our current bike sponsorships. So it looks like we have North Denver, Denver covered for the most part. So maybe if you are close to the South Metro area, Highlands Ranch, Parker, if you have any connections to any bike shops down there, if you maybe want to stop in, see if they'd like to partner with Bike MS. And that's the bike shop piece of it. And I'm going to hand it off to Erin.
Thank you. So now we're going to kind of open it up for some discussion too. So where can you help and where would you like to help? Jana listed off some great ideas and some opportunities that we're looking for assistance in, but we also want to hear what you guys want to contribute and what strengths you have and where you think you can best utilize those. We have our I Ride with MS area, and Brittany kind of oversees this. So if you guys have questions about that, you can always ask Brittany and reach out to her. And we are going to challenge each street team member because we are looking at expanding our ride and reaching out to new riders as well as retention to recruit 5 riders prior to our April meeting, and use the code TEAMUP. They'll get a 15% off discount code. We know registration is super low. So reach out to your friends and family, and they don't have to be here in person. They can ride in California if they want. They don't have to be in Colorado. We will be sending out an in-kind sponsorship list. So kind of think about where you guys have connections. Do you know a Sam's Club manager? Are you friends with someone who works at King Soopers? Maybe just kind of go through your contact list, see who you know, and see who could help. You'll always be surprised with who's willing to give items away and help the cause, which is really awesome. And we'll send out that list too, so you guys can kind of see a breakdown of specifically what we're looking for. If you come across something that's in kind that you think would be beneficial, we're totally open to hearing about that too. And then, as Janice said earlier, or it might have been Brittany, let us know if you want marketing flyers. If you guys are going to be around certain stores or breweries or I'm trying to think, grocery stores, and they have a community flyer wall, let us know. We'll get you that material to get it up so we can just kind of get the word out that we're in person again this year. We're excited, and we're going to have a great year. So now we'll open it up to you guys.
And I'm sorry, I did a total miss. I was a little flustered at the beginning. We didn't do introductions, so I wanted everyone to just like go through, say how long you've been riding, and what if you're with a team, and if you're on any of the fundraising clubs, please let us know. So, Bill, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. I had one question. Do you guys have like yard signs, like the political sized yard signs?
Unfortunately, we do not.
If you can provide me with a template to use, I would put one up in my yard. I get a lot of cyclists who come up Deer Creek Canyon, and then they ride through my neighborhood. Yeah. And I want to put something out there that may attract their attention and have them stop by and ask me questions.
Yeah, we can look into possibly getting like like maybe like 24 created and maybe hand them out to like a few folks that are in busy traffic areas.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful.
Yeah.
So my name's Bill Herger. I've been riding Bike MS every year since 1993. So what does that make it? This is my 29th, I think. I'm on the Team Guido's Goons with Gretchen Mitterer, our team captain. And I've been a member of the new 150 club for about as long as I can remember. So Gretchen is one of the people who is my inspiration. So, because she has MS and she's not going to be able to ride anymore, I don't think. So that's my story.
Thanks, Bill. I don't want to call on people, but I can.
I'll go next. So my name's Chris Rowe. I think I've ridden 4 times. I've been top 100, 150 a couple of those times. I've got several acquaintances and friends who've had MS that have been very inspirational to get involved. Actually, it was my first long distance ride I did, and it had to be over 10 years. My daughter did it a couple times with me before she grew up to be out of state. Bill, I'm one of those guys who drives through your neighborhood. I ride up that Deer Creek about twice a month, and just did it actually on Monday. I had a great ride up there. I don't know if I'll participate this year, but that's why I'm going to try to volunteer. And Brittany, I'll chat with you later, probably next week, about sponsorship opportunities, because as you know, I'm in the wine business, and I've got a couple outlets that I think we might be able to pitch that. Now, I'm not going to rule out riding. I just have a couple of the rides that I'd signed up for that this might not be passable. Now, 2 big questions, actually one main one, is it's a 1-day ride. It's an out and back, right? It's a loop. Is that how it's going?
It's a loop, yes. Okay. So there'll be a smaller loop and then a larger loop.
And the small loop is how long?
34 miles.
And the large one?
74.
Okay, so because I'm going to try to help recruit some people to ride too, so that's important to let them know as well.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to toss into that the routes are posted right now on the website, so you can check them out as well.
And right. Pending permitting, so they might change a little bit.
So Brittany, I'm going to have to get off, but I'll get in touch with you next week, and let's if you've got any more information about just what a minimum level to be a sponsorship, if you want to email that off to me.
Okay. Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I'll definitely be able to help with thank you notes, and as I mentioned, I'll look at that, review the in-kind sponsor list as well, and I'll try to help on that end as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, you guys enjoy the rest of the night.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.
And I can go next. My name is Colton. I've been involved with the MS events for probably 3 or 4 years. Last year was the first year I did the Bike MS. Absolutely loved it. I did it by myself. I was not part of a team. So hopefully this year I can be part of a team. I've done the volunteering for Walk MS in Denver for about 3 years, minus last year, of course. Couple questions in regards to the recruiting. I believe last year there was a minimum that you had to donate to do the Bike MS. Is that still a minimum?
Yeah, so
okay.
The registration fees have gone down, but the minimum is $400, and that's the same as last year. The reasoning behind it is the mission's still the same. We're still trying to find a cure for MS. So we still need the resources and the financial support to do the research and provide support for those living with MS. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I not questioning it at all. I just wanted to make sure, so when I tell some of my buddies, they're not all of a sudden shocked or something.
Yeah, but one of our coworkers posted yesterday on Facebook, and she made like $600 in just a day posting funny memes. So like social media is real quick with fundraising.
Awesome. And then I live down in Parker, so I'm happy to walk over to, there's a trek shop that I go to a bunch. So I'm happy to walk over there in regards to asking them to partner up or pass out marketing material.
Is that Elevation
Yes.
Cycles? Okay. Yeah, I think they were our partner a few years ago, so I think they would be on board.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to get my wife a bike this year too, so I'm sure we could work out a deal with them.
Yeah, and then everyone that's on this call, if you want to recruit Colton to your team.
Yeah, come join the Coneheads.
Perfect.
This is Kit. You can reach out to me.
Okay, I will.
All right.
I guess I can stay off mute and introduce myself. My name's Kit. Erica probably has a better idea of how many years I've done this than I do, because I lost track. I did it in 90 and 91, and then life and children got in the way for many years. As I said, I'm part of Team Coneheads, and today was day 347 in a row on the bike.
Wow. Do you think you're going to make it this weekend with all the snow?
Well, some of those days are in the basement.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
impressive, Kit.
Hey guys, if I'll go next, I've got to jump off and I do apologize, but I look forward to meeting everybody here. So my name's Colin. I'm out of Castle Rock, and I've been riding with Bike MS, ironically about 12 years, but was just recently diagnosed this past year. So kind of a new experience for myself. But I was with the Raw Heinies initially, transitioned over to Left Hand. We'll be riding with Chris and that team this year, and look forward to helping any way I can. Anything I can do, just definitely let me know. And again, I look forward to meeting everybody.
All right, great. Thank you, Colin.
I can go next. I'm Amanda. I am jumping in to help out from the volunteer recruitment committee also. I signed up last year to help out and ride. I rode for the first time just with a family team around the neighborhood last year since it was virtual. I unfortunately won't be able to ride this year because it's the same day as my best friend's wedding. So I wanted to help out as much as possible beforehand, kind of dip my toe into a couple of the different groups and help out as much as I can. I do work for a brewery, so I can always help with distribution of materials and potentially some beer if we need anything like that this year.
Great, thank you. Asha.
I'll go. Hi, everyone. I'm Asha Holsapple. And full disclosure, I do work for the society, but I don't work for the bike team. So I'm here just in a completely volunteer capacity. So I started the society a year and a half ago, but I've been riding with bike for about 9 years now. So I've like really drunk the Kool-Aid at this point. And love every second of it. So happy to be a part of this group. And I ride with Team Stay Fat. And we always are happy to have anyone join our team as well. But we do require that everyone be a high roller. So if you're on our team, you got to fundraise. Yeah, I have some ideas about how else we can help, but I'll wait until we're done with introductions.
Okay, I think we only have like 2 more people. I think Wendy and then Chris Wallner.
Wendy, you want to go first?
I can go first. So I am Wendy. I started volunteering with Team Left Hand back in 2015 before I was diagnosed with MS in 2016. Never thought I could ride myself. This will now be my 4th year riding. Yeah, 4th year, 2019, 2020. Yeah, so this will be my 4th year riding. I currently am not registered. I have not signed up yet because I do not know what team I am riding with. I do not believe I will be riding with Left Hand, so I'm kind of independent at this point. If you want to throw me your pitch, I bring a lot of sponsors, as Wallner's laughing in the background. I just picked up a giant honey stinger order that Wallner and I placed together. with a pretty good discount. So yeah, I work for Constant Contact now, so we do email marketing. So I am spreading the word about MS there, seeing what I can do. They are based in Loveland. I don't know what this loop looks like for us, but they are based out of Loveland. So I'm working on them to see if they would do any sort of sponsorship in some capacity. But we work with a lot of small businesses doing email and marketing. You've probably seen our emails. Actually, I take it back because we use it. The NOCO MS Society, the Northern Colorado uses Constant Contact, so I saw it in the email. But that's where I work, so and we support it. So yeah, I'm hoping I can help in some capacity. But yeah, that's why I'm here. And normally I'm up for flyering or speaking or whatever I can do to help. So just let me know. Send me some flyers. I'm happy to distribute as usual.
Great, thanks, Wendy. Wendy's always great.
Thanks,
and she's
guys.
like the best at selling sponsorships. So, I mean, we all need a tutorial.
I do sales for a living. I'm good at that.
All right, Chris, take us home.
Yeah, so Chris Wallner. Locally, I ride with Team Left Hand, but I am a passport rider riding across the country with a bunch of friends and family teams. Last year would have been the second half of 50 states. I've completed a Bike MS ride in 25 states to date. So love traveling the country and helping the cause any way that I can.
Oh, and I think he called in. I don't know. Tony, are you still on the phone?
I still am. Thanks, Brittany.
Yeah.
This is Tony Schoenberger. This coming bike ride will be my 33rd consecutive year riding. It's too bad I can't join you by video. I'm sure you guys would have said, how is that possible? That guy looks like he's 29. I have friends who are members of the West Jeffco Leads group, and I just started working this past September at Mount Evans Home Healthcare and Hospice, and they're located in Evergreen, and I'm sure I can get a bunch of new riders to join.
Great. That's awesome. All right. So I guess we'll open it up to questions at this point. I know a few people have to like bow out. And we're really up for suggestions too. If people have been on other committees and they've seen things that have worked well. I know Tony sent me a few suggestions already, but really we want people to make this your own. We want you to be invested, because if you're not invested, then it's not going to be a successful street team.
Brittany, can you go back a couple of slides so we can look at the list of things that you'd like us to do?
Yeah. Erin?
Thank you.
Is this the one you were thinking of?
That is.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would love to see, I know you're sending this out, but I would love to see the sponsors and the in-kind donors and all that, kind of the partners list. Whenever you have a chance to send that out, just review who's already on it, because I think I might have some connections here that I could tap into. Okay. And just for my own personal knowledge, Amanda, what brewery do you work at, if I can ask that question?
Yeah, of course. I work at Four Noses.
Oh, I love Four Noses. Okay, good to know.
Me too.
Thank you.
So then you know Walner. Clearly, you must know Walner.
I do not actually.
What?
Wait, Amanda, are you bar staff or are you brewery?
No, I'm back of house. I run quality control.
Okay, I collect your cans.
Oh, okay.
One thing that I saw on the list was reinvesting to bring back LAPS teams or riders or sponsors. I don't think I'm ready to meet with people in person, even though I'm fully vaccinated. But I could host something on Zoom. I have my own license, so I could do a Zoom call with a group of people, maybe a team who would like to redo something. Just a thought.
Yeah, so we would, with these, we would probably provide you a list of people that haven't registered yet. So it'd be reaching out to them, and then if you want to set up a meeting with all of them as a large group, that would be up to you. Or if you wanted to set up just like one team at a time, it would be up to you.
I'm good with whatever works.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm also happy to make calls for if you want me to recruit writers that haven't registered yet, or like the top funders and clubs, sending thank you notes or whatever. I'm happy if you send me a list. I'm happy to do any of that.
All right, thanks.
One suggestion is I don't think we ran into this last year, and then obviously COVID happened, so then everything just kind of came to an end. But having clear responsibilities for team members, just because it kind of can be defeating when, like, if you're going to go to X brewery or X bike store or whatever, it's like, Brittany's definitely going to these 5, leave those bike stores alone. You're going to these whatever breweries, because having been on staffs before, where all of a sudden you go up and you're like, oh, the MS Flyer's there already. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of cannibalizing your own efforts.
Yeah, we'll have to create a shared drive of some sort where people can put in what asks they have put in. We also, as a staff, have talked about, while we're meeting once a month, this group, that we would reach out on the middle week, so in 2 weeks, just to get an update from everyone, just to like touch base, see if you guys need support, if you need anything else, follow up with like things that we owed to you, just to hold everyone accountable and make sure that everyone is staying on task as well.
I agree with the communication strategy. Like, if we can figure out some way that we can all know what everyone's doing so that we're not duplicating efforts. Mm-hmm. And I love like the next, I think it's 2 slides from now. It's like, recruit 5 new participants by the next meeting. Like, I love that deadline. I love that you gave me a specific actionable item. So if there are any other of those that you want to, like, hey, Asha, I need you to go to these 5 places, like, happy to do it. So you can just assign things to me as needed.
All right, Asha gets everything.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would also request to, like I said, send me any flyers, whatever. Obviously, I'm in Longmont, so I can hit up Longmont. I can hit up Boulder. My boyfriend is in Loveland, Windsor area, so I'm happy to do any of that. But I agree with the yard sign. I live on a super popular bike path. A lot of my neighbors in my neighborhood know that I have MS, so some sort of yard sign I think would be super helpful for me, as well, just with my location. And then, yeah, really anything to just get people motivated. I know myself, I've been struggling with motivation since, we're not riding in groups and you don't always see your team. And so that's really been my biggest struggle. I think riding indoors and crappy weather and not having that team environment's been a little bit harder probably for everybody. But really just kind of increasing that engagement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's like that bullet number 3, calling the new teams, and the I Ride with MS rookies from last year and this year. Like, that's why we're really wanting to touch base with them, just because, I mean, last year was just so odd. And then this year, we just want to really make sure that they feel welcomed. And then also, I mean, this year won't be the same ride either. Like, it won't have a team village. So like, we want them to know that they're valued, and I mean, every rider is valued. So.
Oh yeah, and quick question on that, because I got a from Team Meat Fight sent out a thing saying that there was no team tent at the end. Is that everywhere? I missed part of the meeting. So is that everywhere that there are no tents at the end?
It depends. For Colorado, we will not have team village or team tents at all.
Okay.
But so I know that they ride at other places. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
How will packet pickup be handled?
We are still coordinating that. There has been discussion about having one packet pickup prior to, probably like in our office location in South Denver, or and then that Friday before up at Front Range Community College, and then after the ride. on Saturday. So.
Okay.
And there will be also, just so everyone's aware, a health screening that everyone will have to do online 24 hours prior to the event that's saying, you know, you haven't come in contact with anyone, whatnot, and you'll have to bring your pass online questionnaire and get a wristband to ride on Saturday morning as well.
Okay.
So a lot of changes this year. And we are aware all the fundraising t-shirts, everything from 2020, we owe everybody. We are still trying to figure out how to get those to everybody. We finally got the last item in actually yesterday, and now we just need to get permission to go into the office and start pulling everything out and getting all the sizing together, and then we'll reach out and let everyone know how to pick them up.
One other random question, it might be a stupid question. Are there going to be rest stops, and how will that be handled?
We will have rest stops, and it'll all be single, like grab and go items. So instead of having the big like gallon of water where people fill their water bottles, it'll be singular water bottles. So the trash will be a lot significantly more this year, but we're aware of that.
And is that, are they still being hosted by different groups and things like that?
Yes. Yeah. And if you have a group, let us know, because we're starting to plan those right now. The other Brittany that does volunteer, she's the one that coordinates all the rest stops.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions? I know it's a lot of changes. And then here is the next few meetings, and then we'll have meetings after the ride. We might not necessarily go into September, but we would like to go post-ride again so that we can send out thank yous to the top fundraising clubs. We would probably have everyone reach out, maybe do like a call just to see how the ride was for those folks riding with MS. And so again, not necessarily going until September, but I'll send out calendar invites with all those. Feel free to, if you have something, do not cancel plans for these meetings. We will record them all and send them all out. If you decide, again, at any point that you are not able to participate, just let us know. And we look forward to seeing everyone in June, finally. I mean, everyone will have a mask on, so, and be wearing spandex, so it'll be hard to recognize everyone, but it'll be good to see everyone. And I think that's the last slide, right, Erin?
Yeah. Or there's this one. See you in April.
Yeah, see you at the next meeting.
Yay.
And we'll send out all that information out probably on Monday, because Erin and I are taking PTO on Friday individually. All right, well, you guys get 14 minutes back.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, ladies. Thanks.
Bye.
Good to see you. It's been so long.
Yes.